to my channel. I'm Laura Rae, and today I have some alternatives for you to some expensive products at Sephora. I recently went to Sephora. I picked up some new products, and I'm super excited to share with you some affordable options that I have found. Now, I posted part one of this video on Wednesday, so if you missed that, it's different products, and you'll definitely want to see it because that video will save you money. Let's start off first with eyeliner. I was so curious about the Hung Van Gogh Long Wear Waterproof Precision Gel Eyeliner. I'd heard a lot about it on social media, so I actually bought black, which I don't usually buy black, but black is great for making your lash line look thicker. And a lot of us, as we get older, our lashes just aren't as full as they were when we were younger. So if you put this along the lash line really thinly, it can make your lashes stand out so much more. So I love this. It glides on, it's beautiful, it is waterproof. They have other shades that are gorgeous too in this line. So I couldn't find any faults with it, but I went looking for a pencil that would be similar, long wearing like that. And I have this one from Clio. This is their Sharp So Simple Waterproof Pencil Eyeliner. On SkinSort, which is an app I subscribe to, they said this was a 72% match. The Hung Van Gogh pencil is thicker at the point. The Clio actually is pretty awesome because the point is so fine, you really can get close to that lash line. It's great for making a little wing because it is so small. And for those of you that like to line the lower lash line really close to the lashes to give more shape to the eye, this is perfect. The other reason I love this so much is it would be great for hooded eyes. Hooded eyes, I know, can be so challenging to put eyeliner on, and this is just absolutely perfect. If I were going to spend more on an eyeliner, it would definitely be on Gabby's liner from Mature Beauty. Today I put her Champagne Bronze in the lower lash line. I do that pretty much on the daily. I just love this. And not only does her pencil last long and give you time to work with it, but also this brush on the end is incredible. It's not only great for making a little wing or smudging the lower lash line like this, but it's great for your brows. I love doing my brows with this brush. So even when the liner runs out, I'm going to keep the brush because it's great for doing brows. Let's swing on over to Laura Mercier. Her Caviar eye sticks are so popular. They're easy to work with. I've purchased them many times. I don't have them right now because I have a great alternative for you, and it's this one from Kiko. This is the Kiko long-lasting eyeshadow stick. Now, I have shown before in videos some of the eyeshadow sticks are thicker, and I like to use a brush and go right onto the eye stick to apply it, but this one is so thin that I go right onto the eye. These last all day. They're just absolutely stunning. They have a lot of different shades. Look at how rich this looks. It looks like a high-end eyeshadow stick, but it's so much more affordable. By the way, this is also alcohol-free, cruelty-free, allergen-free, and fragrance-free. Concealers can be so expensive, and I bought this one at Sephora, the House Labs Triclone Skin Tech Concealer. It's loved by so many mature women. It has a medium coverage to it. It feels like skincare. It just blends out beautifully. But what I found works better for me even is my Kahai stick with the Essence Silky Blur. The Essence Silky Blur is about $5.99, so you could buy a whole handful of these for the price of the House Lab. And the Kahai stick is a beautiful stick that I use for many things. So what I like to do is use the multi-stick in the under eye first and then go on top with the concealer. The Essence is more of a matte concealer than the House Lab. So the reason I love the Kahai underneath is it gives a little bit of of dewiness underneath without being too shiny. Now, I use this Kahai for my lips before I put on lip liner and some of my lipsticks. I've used it on my cuticles. I love it even for my brows if they need tamed a little bit. So this multi-stick I also use as a highlighter too. I want to mention that. I love to go over it and just put some right on the cheekbone, and then you don't have that highlight that looks like a disco ball, but you have that really healthy glow. This is so worth it because I use it with a lot of my makeup products to make them look more fresh. On Wednesday, I showed you how I took 2 products and made my skin look like I was wearing the Hung Van Gogh Red Carpet Foundation that I purchased recently. Today, I want to talk about the e.l.f. Halo Glow because it is really my replacement for Charlotte Tilbury's Hollywood Flawless Filter. I've bought that so many times, but I've sort of given up on it. It's more of a highlighter for me. It's much too strong for my mature skin to wear it as a foundation. It just looks too much. And this is great because I can mix this with other foundations to create a beautiful look on my skin. I've done that today with the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage, and it just gives that little bit of luminosity that I'm looking for without looking glittery or sparkly. It just has a very natural glow to it. So this gives me a little bit of color, and it's just what I was looking for. I'm sure many of you have either owned or looked at the Hourglass powders. I bought this palette because I wanted to compare the powders with others at the drugstore to see if I could find a good match. They are so sheer and beautiful on the skin, but they're a little too glowy for me. On this side today, you'll see me put the Hourglass on, but I'm loving much better the one from CoverGirl. They've just recently released this. They actually sent this to me in PR. I never hardly get any PR, so I thought that was so kind that they recognize mature women that are here on YouTube. So this is their True Blend Skin Enhancer. I had already shown you their blush, the bronzer, but I hadn't bought the powder yet. This is the shade Sugar Cookie, and all of the shades I'm using today are in the description box. But this feels so much like the Hourglass, but I actually like it better because it is a little more matte. The Hourglass now for me is a little too much. It's fine on the cheeks if I just want to put a little on the cheeks. I'm wanting to put something all over, and this is just so beautiful. It has that same silky feel without so much shine to it. So again, I feel like as a mature woman, I'm always walking that line between shine and looking fresh, or shine and looking disco ball, or shine and looking greasy. That's the thing I really don't want. This seems to matte down my skin a little bit so I don't get too shiny, which I absolutely love. One of my favorite lip glosses that I've shared with you is from Lancome. This is their Juicy Tubes, and this is the shade Marshmallow Electro. I've bought this a couple of times. It is beautiful. I love how sparkly it is, how rich it looks on the lips. It just takes your look to a more luxe level. I found an alternative at the drugstore that smooths my lips out better, and it's from L'Oreal. It's their Plump Ambition Hyaluron Lip Oil. This is fabulous. It gives you that same glow that you get from the Lancome, but my lips look smoother. This one is thicker and more cushy. This is a thinner product, but when you look at them side by side, it amazes me how much they look alike. And on your lips, I feel like the one from L'Oreal is actually more comfortable because it is a little bit thinner. And I just love the look of it. It smooths my lips, and this has the plumping in it. So it does have a little bit of that plumping scent to it, but once you wear it for a little bit, that goes away. Let's put a little more on. I just love this. Look at that. how it instantly just made me look like glowy. I just feel like I had a glow up. That is just beautiful. I've become a big fan of these. By the way, it does have a little cooling to it too. This is one of the most popular products that I see people surrounding the display at Sephora. It's from YSL. This is their Love Shine Plumping Lip Oil. So this plumps and it's a lip oil. It is beautiful. I love the way it looks on my lips. It's so pretty. I think this is a perfect fall shade. It's absolutely stunning. But I have a combination that is so beautiful, and it's using the Rock lip volumizer with any lip pencil you have. So today I used one from Morphe that's a favorite of mine. I love these Morphe pencils. And the nice thing about the Rock volumizer, which it is quite a bit more affordable than the YSL, is that you can put this on top of any lipstick, lip liner, wear it on its own. It is fabulous. It really does sort of smooth the lips out. All these plumpers, you're not going to look like you had lip filler or anything done like that. But I always feel like my lips look prettier, a little fuller, a little smoother. So I have grown to really love this. When I first got it, I thought, oh, I won't repurchase that. I didn't really like the scent. But now that I've worn it so many times, I don't even notice it anymore. All these plumpers sort of have the same scent. It must be an ingredient that's in them. But now I'm so used to it that I really actually love it. I put this on while I'm doing my makeup sometimes and then just add a lipstick on top. You can mix your lipstick with it, lip liners. It's just a great product. I recently heard Nikki LaRose, one of my favorite makeup artists, talk about this Bisou Balm from Violette FR. This is sold at Sephora. It's a blurring balm, just like we've seen so many of the other like lip blurring products. I felt for my mature lips, this dried them out a little bit, but I still love it. I think it's beautiful. I can see why Nikki likes it so much. It really is pretty on the lips. But I found one that I think is even prettier, and it's from Versed. This is their cashmere color smoothing lip blush, and I bought a brighter shade in this. One thing I like about this for my mature lips, it's not quite as matte. Matte can sometimes not be the best look for mature skin. This has a little bit of glossiness to it, and I really like that. It's more of a satin finish than a matte. Now this on Skin Sort was an 85% match, which is pretty close, these two, and they're both cleaner brands. Now the one from Versed is fragrance free and also alcohol free, so I think that makes this such a great choice. Before we leave, I did want to mention this blush because it's the Morphe Cloud Light blush, and I thought I might get a few questions about this because I think it's absolutely stunning. This is one of their new blushes. I bought the shade Wisp, and I think it's a beautiful rose shade, but I'm just loving it. Everything will be linked in the description of the video, including these press-on nails. I got some new press-on nails, and I think they actually look really pretty. They're very glam. Everything will be linked below. Again, don't forget about the video I did on Wednesday if you haven't seen that, because there are other products in that video. If you enjoyed this, make sure to leave me a comment or a heart. I really appreciate that. I hope you have an amazing week, and I'll see you soon.